So Bill Haney was on the Boxing Voice hating on Gervonta Tank Davis and Coach Calvin Ford again. But this time, Coach Calvin Ford came and joined as well.
I ain't got no words for him,
Really?
and that's
He's
real.
on the line.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I ain't get on
yeah,
Bill. I get on
cause,
you.
cause my son. Hey, listen,
Then you about to
cause my
make me
son
cut
will
your
knock
mouth.
that nigga out. Cause my
Yeah,
son will knock Tank the fuck out. That's why
yeah.
you
He
don't
ain't
want
got
no
to take
words
up
from me,
front of
nigga.
your mouth, boy.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I
I'm gonna keep
said,
running my mouth. I'm gonna keep running my mouth, nigga. You talking about
no,
you
you
ain't got
keep
no
your mouth.
words
My
for me,
name,
nigga?
off. That's all you do.
What you mean you
That's
ain't got
all
no
you
words?
do.
Cause I said you wasn't getting no money.
Nigga, I'm getting money. You know I'm getting money. That's why you trying to
Listen,
get with me.
First thing I'm going to comment on is this. Bill, you know damn well your son ain't knocking nobody the fuck out, especially Gervonta Davis. So cut that out. You tripping. Devin is 24 years old. He hasn't knocked out an opponent since he was 20 years old. And he ain't been fighting the best fighters in the world, so that ain't the reason. So if you think, so I know for a fact that you know he ain't knocking out no Gervonta Tank Davis. Chill out, man. And then the other part that Calvin said was, keep my name out your mouth. I don't got nothing to say to you. Keep my name out your mouth. Because we know Bill likes to go on the Rise podcast, or he did like to go on the Rise podcast, and smile on Coach Calvin's face, then turn around and hop on another podcast and talk bad about him. Bill, earlier you kept asking the audience a question. You kept asking them if somebody came to him in their hood and said they wanted to fight, would they be able to turn that fight down in front of everybody in their neighborhood? Well, I'm gonna ask you this question, and I'm gonna ask y'all this question actually. In y'all neighborhoods, what do y'all call somebody that smiles in your face, but then everybody comes back to you telling you they've been talking shit about you? What you call that type of person? A snake, a two-face, a goofy. That's what you call that type of person. So that's why Coach Calvin said, keep my name out your mouth. And then the conversation took a turn. It got a little heated.
Oh, we'll see you. Just like I said, we're going to see you.
When do you think you gonna see Devin, Calvin?
But Devin got to handle his business, and then we got to handle our business. We still got shit in front of us.
So in your opinion, you think after Ryan and after Loma, the two parties could meet?
Yeah, that's what I'm figuring. That's what we're going to try to do.
no, ain't no figuring. Is that what's happening next?
Man, look, man, cut the bullshit out, man. We'll see you. Like I said, we'll see you.
You
Like
seeing
my
me right
little
now?
youngest
Say
said,
it.
get off his dick. Get off of his dick. Get off of my dick, too. That's in the story. Get off it, man.
So as you can see, they asked Coach Calvin if the Devin and Tank fight can be made after the Ryan fight. And Coach Calvin kept it G. He said we still got something in front of us. We got Ryan Garcia in front of us. How can we be talking about Devin Haney? Bill want to be on some WWE shit. He trying to do some WWE shit. Coach Calvin's trying to keep it G. He telling y'all he ain't going to tell y'all that it's next, and then it doesn't happen. That's all he's doing. He's trying. If he tell y'all, he going to make sure it's for sure. That's it. Bill want to be on some WWE shit and say it on YouTube. What, that doesn't make it next just because y'all said it on YouTube. Like, y'all got to sit down and get the business done. But as far as Coach Calvin telling him to get off his dick, I don't agree with it. I don't think he should have said that. But at the same time, I feel him. Every time you look on the internet, this dude got your name, your name in his mouth. So I feel him on it. But I don't think he should have went there. I think, to be honest, Coach Calvin is on whatever Tank's on right now. You know, Coach Calvin came out. People were tripping a couple weeks ago because Coach Calvin came out and said they don't really care about the belts and they ain't focused on the belts. And a lot of people were surprised to be hearing that from a coach. It's understandable from the fighter, but people were surprised to hear from the coach. And now he's saying the same thing as Tank, to get all my dick shit. So I think Coach Calvin just riding with whatever Tank on. Whatever Tank saying, Coach Calvin riding with it. That's what it looked like to me.
All
Hit
right,
in
Bill.
your mouth.
You will
You just
see
got
me.
hit in
You
your
will
mouth.
see me.
You just got hit
You
in your
will
mouth
see
for
me.
that shit. You
You
just got
will
hit in
see
your
me.
mouth for that shit. Now, the
What?
same weekend, you got hit in your mouth. I ain't got
No,
hit
ain't
in my
nobody get.
mouth.
Who got hit in their mouth?
You
You
got
got
hit in
that
your mouth.
mistaken.
Yeah,
You
you got
got
hit
that
in.
mistaken. I don't know where the hell you got that shit from.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
Like I said, I don't
Stop
know where you
lying.
got that shit
Come on,
from. You
man. Come on,
better
man.
go do your homework. That didn't
Come
come
on,
out
man.
like that.
You didn't
That
get hit in
didn't
your
come
mouth
out
this
like that.
last weekend?
Like
You didn't get hit in
no,
your
that
mouth?
didn't happen to me.
What
That
happened?
definitely didn't happen to me.
What happened?
Like I said, I'm not gonna do that to Raheem. I'm not gonna do that, but that didn't
I didn't
happen.
mention no name.
Raheem
I
know
didn't
that
mention
didn't
no name.
happen.
I didn't mention no name.
Like
What
I
name you
said,
talking?
So as you can see, Bill's claiming that somebody punched Coach Calvin Ford in his mouth last weekend, sometime during the Hector Garcia and Gervonta Davis fight weekend. Apparently somebody punched Coach Calvin Ford in his mouth. I don't know if that's true or not, but for something like that to be hitting the internet over some boxing shit is goofy. And it all started from Devin and Bill hating. It wouldn't even got to that point if they wasn't hating so much and doing so much goofy shit. Bill used to go on the Rise podcast. The only problem is, as soon as he would leave there, he would go talk shit about him. So that's where all the animosity come from. Even on this podcast, he was talking shit, talking about The Wire, that the character from The Wire wasn't actually inspired by Calvin Ford.
The bullshit story, right? The 51 fake out, right? And if you are lame and you are square, then you think that that's Calvin is the character from The Wire. But if you type in right now, right? Because y'all living in lies. Tank don't got a belt, and Calvin ain't the guy from The Wire. Everyone, no, I ain't Ness. Stop it.
What?
Type in the Wire character and who it's based on, and it's a guy named Dennis. It's not him. See, but he's living in a lie. And I'm saying is, I can't live in the lie and then represent the community, right? And everyone says, and I'm just telling the truth. I'm just saying all this is.
Well, Bill, I'm sorry to tell you, but you're wrong again. Now, he was right about this part. This guy is who the character was named after and was loosely based off. Dennis Wise. The character's name in the show is Dennis Cutty Wise. They named me after that guy. But the character and the way he moved was based off of Calvin Ford. And if he wasn't, why would the show's director and writers or whoever else send the actor that played the character to go spend time with Calvin Ford? Because that's what actors do. They try to get references for the characters that they're playing. So he got his reference from Calvin Ford. And in the show, The Wire, the character Cuddy is a dude that got locked up and he's home now, but he's still like a killer, a contract killer. He's home now, and he's a boxing trainer. They took parts of the other dude, the Dennis Wise dude, because he got locked up for 2 murders, I think it was, and he got released in 2017. And they took parts of Calvin Ford's story, that he was locked up, and while he was locked up, he got into boxing, and when he came home, that's what he was doing. He was running a boxing gym, and that's what the character was doing. So no, it's not a lie that the character was based on Calvin Ford. That's cat. Because if it wasn't, if it was totally based on the other dude, the show wouldn't have been made because he was still locked up when they made that character. How can y'all make a character about a guy who learned boxing in jail and came home and started teaching boxing if that guy was still in jail until 2017? Cuz was still locked up till 2017. No, y'all based it partly on him. Y'all used his name and used his reputation as a killer. And then the other part, y'all use this Calvin Ford, his street background, and how he turned himself around with boxing. That's what they used to build the character. So, Bill, stop capping, bro. But other than that, I think this shit going too far. It's getting too personal. I think it's time to fight. If Tank get past Ryan, and Devin get past Lomachenko, it's time to fight. Don't run the 140. Come over to Showtime. Do a 3-fight deal like you did with Top Rank. Fight Tank. Then you can move to 140. It's still 2 belts over on the Showtime side. Alberto Puello got the WBA at 140. And Sabrio Matias fighting for the IBF 140. So it's 2 140 belts there. But all the talking got to stop, man. This shit getting nasty. It's just boxing. That shit going too far. But that's what I got for y'all. I'm out.